Malawi Today.
Kukulandirani kwina kulikonse kumene muli pa Malawi lero. President Professor Peter Mutharika lero anakumana ndi azungu amene amakambira nawo zinthu zosiyanasiyana. Makamaka nkhani imene amanga nthenje kwambiri pamenepa ndiyokhuzana ndi kubweretsa Feteleza. Ndi alongosola zambiri pamenepa tiyeni muonere mwachidwi ndipo musatire china chilichonse mmene chayendera. Kani bombo.
It has pleased Your Excellency to meet today Right Honourable John Finney, First Minister of Scotland. And before I proceed, Your Excellency, let's have introduction from their side and also from our side. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister Chaponda, Your Excellency, I'm John Finney, First Minister of Scotland. It's an enormous privilege to meet you today. Thank you for being able to see me today. I'm joined by the British.
Good morning, Your Excellency and Honourable Minister Chaponda. I'm Rebecca Fabrizi and I am Acting High Commissioner of the United Kingdom in Malawi. Thank you.
Good morning, Excellency, President and Honourable Minister George Ponda. My name is Joanna Keating and I'm lead official with Honourable John Finney. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Excellency, Minister. My name is Ross Ingebrigtsen and I'm a Special Advisor to the First Minister of Scotland.
Good morning, Your Excellency, Minister. My name is Rosie McCarran and I'm the Private Secretary to the First Minister of Scotland.
Good morning, Your Excellency and Honourable Minister. My name is Ben Nicholson. I'm the British Deputy High Commissioner and Development Director.
Good morning, Your Excellency. I'm Max Wenga, Executive Assistant to the President of the Republic of Malawi. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Good morning, Your Excellency. Right Honourable First Minister. My name is Chibango Chura and Your Excellency is Chief of Protocol. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Excellency. I am Bagamau, Director State Elected. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Good morning, Your Excellency. Right Honourable John Finney. My name is John Paul Butao. I'm Assistant Director of Europe Directorate in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Thank you so much.
Your Excellency, I'm George Chaponda, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. And at this time, Your Excellency, I pass over to the First Right Honourable John Finney, the First Minister of Scotland, for some remarks.
Your Excellency, President Mutharika, thank you very much for your warm welcome to Malawi today. And since I arrived on Friday, I've been struck by the hospitality, the dynamism and the energy of the people of Malawi, and it's a great privilege to be with you this morning. Firstly, I would like to applaud the people of Malawi on the recent peaceful elections and to congratulate you, Your Excellency, on your election as Malawi's 7th President. Honourable Minister George Chaponda, Minister for Foreign Affairs, thank you for your warm welcome to Malawi on Friday, and it's a pleasure to see you again today. And may I say all other protocols observed. This is my first visit to Malawi, Your Excellency, a visit that I was determined personally to undertake as First Minister, to see at first hand the merits and the impact of the Scottish Government's investment in and support and solidarity for Malawi. I'm clear that all countries have a duty to contribute to the international community, but the relationship between Scotland and Malawi is particularly significant for all of us. A relationship built on 150 years of shared history, yet a relationship which we have strived to modernise to one of shared goals and true partnership for the 21st century. My visit is all the more timely in that this is the 20th anniversary year of the signing of the original cooperation agreement between our two governments in November 2005, which formalised the partnership between Malawi and Scotland at governmental level. Your Excellency, our cooperation agreement was then updated in April 2018 when you visited Scotland, putting into place a new modern Global Goals Partnership Agreement, which you signed as President during your visit to Edinburgh with my predecessor, Nicola Sturgeon. The breadth and the depth of our partnership means that we have a lot to talk about today. In particular, I'm keen to update you on our health, inclusive education and equalities programming, and on hearing your reflections on this at this compelling juncture in our partnership. But first, if I may offer some reflections as we mark 20 years since the cooperation agreement between Scotland and Malawi was first signed. Scotland truly values the strength of our friendship with Malawi. As we know, it is a relationship rooted in history, but it's one based on shared values. It is also inherently modern and innovative. And I'm clear that the relationship our countries hold is of the utmost importance to me personally, as it is to the country that I have the privilege to serve. Through my visit, I'm committed to further deepening that relationship and to ensuring that it is a modern partnership based on true solidarity between Scotland and Malawi. Your Excellency, in my short time in your country, I've met incredibly dedicated staff at Kamuzu University for Health Sciences and seen firsthand the vital research being carried out at the state-of-the-art Blantyre lab. It is a powerful testament to what can be achieved when ambition, partnership and purpose come together. Research by Africans, in Africa, for Africa. One of the most joyful moments of my time in Malawi was meeting the bright, newly graduated young dentist at KUHES yesterday, Malawi's first cohort of homegrown dentists. Through our Maldent project to set up the first dental school in Malawi, it represents a key contribution to the future of oral health here in Malawi. I've also met communities in Zomba who are taking control of their livelihoods thanks to support from our Climate Justice Fund. This has increased my resolve to continue to make the case for the need to scale up good quality climate finance, including finance for loss and damage, to meet commitments made under the Paris Agreement. I've also witnessed varied and vivid demonstrations of the civic connections that unite Malawi and Scotland, from the St Michael and All Angels Church to the historic Mandala House, to the warm tales of Scotland and Malawians kindly shared with me over the course of the last few days. And yesterday I met with investment partners in our Malawi investment initiative at Mandala House, with the Malawi National Development Bank and St Andrews Macadamia Farm. This supports your determination, Your Excellency, to move Malawi from aid to trade. Our work together, our partnership, continues to change lives and to transform communities in Malawi and Scotland alike. There is still, of course, work to do, and I am very committed to ensuring that Scotland plays its part as we make a journey addressing the challenges that face the people of Malawi, but bringing our values together in the pursuit of equality and human rights for all. In closing, Your Excellency, I wish to convey once again my thanks to you for your kind invitation to visit Malawi, and my thanks to all in your government, to the ministers present and to the United Kingdom government represented here by the High Commissioner, who have helped to facilitate my visit. It is an honour and a privilege to visit your country and to engage closely with our partners in the government of Malawi. I want to take this opportunity to again assure you that Scotland remains wholly committed to investing in and indeed growing its unique relationship with Malawi. A relationship that I heard about as a child through the example of the work of Dr. David Livingstone, educated in the work that he undertook in Scottish schools, and appreciating the significance and the respect that he held for the people of Malawi, and that is a respect that I reciprocate today. I look forward to our work being focused together in health, education, equalities, renewable energy and climate justice, with sustainable economic growth and well-being in Malawi, our shared goal. My intent is that my visit here this week helps to cement our relationship further beyond the 20 years that we are currently marking into the future, and that Scotland and Malawi continue to work together to ensure that we have an innovative and forward-looking relationship founded in the depth of our historical connections, but yet committed to the great potential of future growth and to working together to advance the interests of the people of Malawi and Scotland together. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Your Excellency. It is now my pleasure, Your Excellency, to call upon Your Excellency for your remarks, for response to the speech. Thank you.
Right, Honorable Minister Sweeney, your delegation, my delegation, and all distinguished people in this room. First of all, I think, matter of disclosure, I might say that some of us, certainly me, and I think Honorable Chaponda too, we do our schools in Churchill School and mission schools. During the old days, all the primary schools were run by either Catholics or Churchill Scotland. So we learned there, and our parents were baptized in the Church of Scotland. And so we have a long history of connection between ourselves at a personal level and also the people of Scotland. And you always feel at home when you are in Scotland. We really do. So I'm very, very glad that you have come here at this time, and I appreciate that you are coming here so early. We are only 14 days old, and the government, we are still trying to establish the government and the systems, not yet ready, and we appreciate you coming to encourage us, to exchange with us ideas about democracy, about development, as we move the challenge facing this country. This country is facing serious challenges, you probably know. I knew there were challenges looking from outside, but when we went inside and saw the books, we said we really do have challenges, real challenges. Things are good as bad as they can be. They can't get worse. There's no way they can get worse than they are. So we are facing those challenges. In 2014, when I came back from opposition then, we faced hunger and fundamentals, macroeconomic fundamentals were quite poor. We managed within a period of 9 months to a year to certainly reduce hunger to the extent that no single person died of hunger. And we were able to reduce interest rates with 1 digit, and also interest rates 1 digit, and inflation now it's very high, and we have a real challenge ahead of us. So we have got identified what we call the 4 fours. That is forex, fertilizer, fuel, and food. There are 4 key things that we are going to do immediately at the moment. And on the food issue, already sourced maize from Zambia. In 2 weeks, we shall have completed all the financing arrangements and the hog harvest board here run into Malawi 2,100 metric tons. And that will deal with the immediate problems of hunger. The second is now a short-term fertilizer to make sure that you get fertilizer on time. At the moment, it looks like the rain may come anytime. So it will just about to be ready. It can come now, November, December, even as late as January. But you can't take a chance. It can be any time. So we're getting ready, the mission, and all the officials are working very hard to source fertilizer. This time, not from butcheries, as we did before, but this time it will be from the real sources, from real fertilizer factories. And so we'll do that and work that now. Once we have done that, another short term, then we have to deal with the forex situation. Forex is immediate situation. We have to deal with it immediately, obviously. But to deal with that, in a way, it's a vicious cycle. We need production and manufacturing. I remember I was at a panel in our country in London at the UK Africa Summit. So we're talking about the African free market and take advantage of it. And so I think it was Kagame, myself, and Conde from Guinea. So on the panel and Minister Grants, Helen Grants. And we're talking, so when it came to me and said, how do you plan to, what plans do you have to take advantage of the African common market? I said, I don't have any plans. So I said, why? I have nothing to sell. If I'm not manufacturing anything, if I'm not making anything, I cannot sell anything on that market, and that's the truth. We are simply not producing. And therefore, to talk about markets and non-tariff barriers and all those things is fine, but you have got to be able to manufacture first. So, we're going to get to the next stage of manufacturing, both agricultural products but also minerals. We want to add value here. We are planning to stop from all these artisanal miners. We are planning to stop any kind of exploitation. I know there's corruption in exploitation. Make sure that the big guys enter also the market, that these minerals are processed here, and then they are sent in some kind of process form where they are going to do huge amounts of minerals. I was talking to the company from Australia. I think sell around Kankakude. Yes, they have enough minerals, rare earth of high quality to last 100 years. And at Cassia, Central Region, rutile, graphite, lasts about 60 years. If only those two were exploited and processed domestically, we have enough money to create a sovereign fund to run this country, as Norway did. As you know, it was a very poor country until they discovered oil, and they created a sovereign fund, and Norway is now one of the richest countries per capita in Europe. And that's the direction we should be going. So manufacturing, and I took the unconventional steps of creating a new ministry of industrialization, business, trade, and tourism. They're all together. They all are supposed to bring in revenue in this country, foreign exchange, and I put a very distinguished private sector person has been head of one of, I think, the largest bank in this country for many, many years, but also is heading a conglomerate of 24 companies for the press corporation. This is one of Kamuzu Banda's companies. He left and assigned with probably the most crucial assignment, that is to make sure that we produce. And of course, once we go into production, then we need to go into long term. Then long term, obviously, things like infrastructure, you probably have, I guess you have traveled from the airport to here, and the road is quite good from the airport to here. But if we went to the other side, you find the road not so good. And that creates a bottleneck for economic development, because people cannot move their goods quickly enough to the market. So we want to improve the road system, but more particularly in 2017, my government introduced a national road plan. That plan tries to shift transportation from road to rail and water. We have a lake here with 365 miles, all the way to Karonga, and you can use that for everybody. And of course the rail transportation to Mozambique, Nakala for oil, huge rail. It's also economical. I think that it costs us half whatever quantity, half the cost if we use rail. And of course, the roads will always continue well. So this is our plan. That's a long plan to improve the infrastructure. Possibly hope to have also air transport. When I was here last time, we negotiated with Emirates for daily flights, and also the government of Turkey negotiated for flights from Malawi, commercial flights. We have one cargo plane that comes once a week from Dubai to here, and that's helpful. But we want to do more because our location is very attractive in this region. It could be a substation for the rest of Southern Africa. So we need to do that, and we need to integrate more with our neighbors. For example, you don't fly to Mozambique directly. If you want to go to Mozambique, which is right here, you have to go to Johannesburg first, and then fly from there to Maputo. It takes almost 5 hours depending on the connection. It should directly to be less than 2 hours from Blande to Maputo. So we need to improve our transportation there, and communication agreement. And in that extent, for example, we have the interconnections in Mozambique. We'll be buying electricity from Mozambique. At the moment, 20 increased to 50. Actually, it was started by my brother, and then he left, and the World Bank left, and we instituted it around 2016, and we didn't try to complete it. Unfortunately, the present government continues with it, and we are almost completed now. I think the president of Zambia was saying any time, I think this is probably that it will be ready to go. Initially 15 megawatts, but probably more. And the northern line made possible by MCC, Miami China Corporation. This take a line all the way to Tanzania, so that also take advantage of electricity from East African power pool. So we can buy from East Africa, but also from Mozambique and South Africa, Mozambique. Now, if our crop improves, we also can sell them. So it's a win-win for everybody. So in the energy area, we're looking also at those kinds of things. So we have a lot of ideas that we want to put on the table. The problem is always, of course, resources, but there are, I think, institutions of goodwill. Paramanja Gorge on the lake, on the river, as you come from Lero to branch after the river here, about 30 miles from here, there is a new power plant which will be using water. Not coal. The coal plant will shut down. So nobody's going to find coal anymore. That's a no-no. So that one is closed at the moment. They're not talking about water, but also electricity. Solar to power plant. That I only heard about it last week when I met one of the Chinese. I didn't know there was such a thing as solar to power to generation at that level. I didn't know, but apparently it can happen. So we'll be looking into that also. So we have a whole range of areas for which we need assistance. Now, when I was in Scotland last time when I stayed visit, had a long discussion with Madam Ndipo Surgeon, the former First Minister, and that resulted on a program. As you know, Scotland has one of the best water management programs in the world, so they're going to help us with water management. It's also an important thing here. In spite of the fact of our lake, the water is excellent, so they're going to help us with that. Send the experts to teach us how to do it. And I think it's being done. And I know we talked about in Edinburgh at the University of Strathclyde. We talked about a dental school, and now it has started. The first cohort has just graduated this year. So there's progress. We oppose the progress with your country, and we appreciate that very much. So we hope that can continue. Let me stop here. I've talked too much. Let me stop here and hear your response and response from the others here.
Some of it's very good to hear of the plans that you have and the ambitious plans to strengthen the situation in Malawi and to address what you acknowledge yourself as some of the big challenges the country faces. What I would want to make clear is that there is a willing engagement from Scotland to work with you in that respect. So in some of the projects that we have taken forward already around education, around water and water management are crucial. I saw some excellent work on Saturday in Zomba, where imaginative schemes using solar power to create water irrigation schemes by pumping from groundwater was helping to strengthen agricultural production within the community. So it was very directly helping individuals. There are so many other areas in which we cited the example of the dental students, and that is a source of real achievement from our partnership agreement, whereby the Kamuzu University is now leading a program for dental training, and that first cohort are now ready to deploy their skills in the population in Malawi. And I met the graduates yesterday and they are full of energy. Many of them, of course, have spent time in Scotland as part of an exchange programme, learning about the skills within our dental schools in Scotland. And of course, as you said, the deep bonds of connection around education are well founded from your own experience and those of Mr. Chaponda, but also in terms of the volume of educations carried out by institutions in Scotland that are supporting the work of people in Malawi. So there is a very significant number of steps that have been taken that cement that cooperation and that joint activity. I think one of the areas which is of particular interest is how
at this session, at this time, we would like to go into closed session. So we request the press to leave in order that we can go into, but we'll go into the photo session and we'll go now into the closed session where certain things which are now being talked, we can go into it. Sorry, I'm going to close the session. Yeah.